Welcome back to Historic Coin Empire, the channel where we uncover the hidden legends buried in everyday pocket change and explore how the smallest coins can carry the biggest stories. And today we are diving deep into the remarkable and almost unbelievable tale of a 1987 1-cent coin that has been valued at an astonishing $5 million because of a breathtaking combination of mint errors, production mistakes, rare mechanical anomalies, and extraordinary preservation that together transformed an ordinary Lincoln cent into one of the most fascinating modern rarities imaginable. Because at first glance a 1987 penny appears completely routine, featuring the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial reverse that defined the cent from 1959 through 2008, struck in enormous quantities at facilities such as the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint during a decade when billions of cents were produced annually to meet circulation demand. Yet within those billions lies the remote but thrilling possibility that a single coin could emerge bearing a perfect storm of minting mishaps that elevate it from 1 cent to multimillion-dollar status. And to understand how such a valuation could be justified, we must carefully examine the minting process of the late 1980s, a time when cents were struck on copper-plated zinc planchets following the 1982 transition from solid bronze composition, meaning that each planchet consisted of a zinc core coated with a thin outer layer of copper, carefully weighed to approximately 2.5 grams and processed through blanking presses, upsetting mills, cleaning drums, and finally high-speed coining presses capable of striking hundreds of coins per minute under immense pressure. And despite technological advancements and increasingly sophisticated quality control systems, the minting process still depended on mechanical precision that could occasionally falter. And when multiple independent malfunctions occur in close sequence, the result can be a coin so unusual that it becomes essentially unique, and uniqueness combined with verifiable authenticity and pristine condition is the formula that can propel a modern cent into the realm of elite numismatics, where multimillion-dollar valuations are not driven by metal content but by rarity and collector demand. And the legendary 1987 cent in question is believed to exhibit a dramatic double die obverse that goes far beyond minor machine doubling, because during die creation the hub impresses the design into a working die, and if the hub shifts slightly between impressions, the resulting die will carry a doubled image that is transferred onto every coin it strikes. And in this extraordinary case, the doubling is said to be bold and unmistakable in Lincoln's profile, particularly around the ear, jawline, and bow tie, as well as in the date 1987 and the word liberty, displaying clear separation and notching indicative of true hub doubling rather than post-strike vibration. And strong double die varieties have long been prized by collectors because they originate in the die-making stage and represent a fundamental anomaly in the production chain. Yet the 1987 coin associated with a $5 million valuation reportedly combines this dramatic double die with an additional and even rarer feature, a wrong planchet error in which the coin was struck not on a standard copper-plated zinc blank but on a bronze planchet leftover from pre-1982 production, or possibly on a planchet intended for another denomination such as a dime composed primarily of copper and nickel. And wrong planchet errors are exceptionally desirable because they reflect a breakdown in material control at the mint, and if precise weight measurements and metallurgical analysis confirmed that this 1987 cent possessed a composition inconsistent with its intended specifications, its rarity would instantly increase exponentially, and adding to this already extraordinary profile is evidence suggesting a significant off-center strike, perhaps 20 to 40% off-center, while still retaining a fully readable date and mint mark, because collectors highly value off-center coins that preserve key identifying details, and off-center strikes occur when the planchet is not properly aligned within the collar at the moment of impact, leaving a crescent-shaped blank area and a dramatically shifted design that instantly signals its error status. And when such an off-center strike is layered atop a double die and wrong planchet composition, the stacking of errors becomes so improbable that the coin begins to transcend typical categories of mint mistakes. Yet the story deepens further with reports of a rotated die alignment in which the reverse does not align in the expected 180-degree orientation when flipped along the vertical axis, indicating that one of the dies had become loose or misaligned within the press assembly. And extreme die rotations of 90 degrees or more are rare in modern coinage due to improved maintenance protocols. So if present, they would represent yet another independent mechanical failure contributing to the coin's uniqueness. And beyond these major anomalies, there may also be the presence of dramatic die cracks or retained cuds along the rim, where a portion of the die fractured and allowed excess metal to flow into the void during striking. creating raised irregular formations attached to the edge, and large retained cuds are visually striking and highly collectible, especially when combined with other substantial errors and the cumulative effect of wrong planchet, bold double die obverse, off-center strike, rotated die alignment, and retained cud would create a specimen unlike any other 1987 cent known, potentially the only one exhibiting that precise combination of characteristics, and in numismatics the word unique carries extraordinary weight because when population reports from major grading services confirm that only one example exists, competitive bidding among advanced collectors can escalate dramatically, especially when the coin is preserved in exceptional condition, and condition is crucial in sustaining a $5 million valuation because rarity alone is not enough if surfaces are worn or damaged. So this coin would likely need to be graded in near-perfect mint state condition such as MS68, MS69, or even a flawless MS70, displaying full original luster, crisp strike details, and minimal contact marks, suggesting that it was discovered almost immediately after striking, perhaps pulled from a fresh bank roll or mint-sealed bag by a sharp-eyed individual who recognized its unusual features before it entered widespread circulation. And once discovered, the coin would require rigorous authentication involving precise weighing to confirm planchet composition, microscopic analysis to verify, true hub doubling rather than mechanical doubling, spectrographic testing to analyze metal content, and die study comparisons to ensure that the anomalies originated at the mint rather than from post-mint alteration or damage. And after passing such scrutiny, it would likely be encapsulated in a tamper-evident holder with a detailed label describing its unique attributes, thereby preserving both its physical integrity and its narrative for future generations, and provenance could further enhance its desirability if the coin were associated with a well-known collector or featured in a high-profile auction conducted by a prestigious numismatic firm, because documented ownership history adds an intangible layer of prestige that appeals to elite buyers, and the auction environment itself can propel valuations beyond expectations when two determined bidders recognize that a coin is irreplaceable, creating a competitive dynamic in which traditional price guides become irrelevant and emotional commitment drives the final hammer price, and the story of a humble 1987 penny achieving $5 million would naturally attract media attention, reinforcing its legendary status and expanding interest beyond the numismatic community into the broader public fascinated by tales of hidden treasure in everyday change. And such attention can create a feedback loop that further solidifies value by increasing demand. And psychologically, the coin represents the ultimate embodiment of possibility, reminding collectors that even in an era of advanced minting technology and stringent quality control, rare and dramatic mistakes can still occur. And when multiple independent errors converge on a single coin, the result can be a modern artifact that challenges assumptions about perfection and probability. And here at Historic Coin Empire, we celebrate these extraordinary possibilities because they highlight the intersection of history, metallurgy, mechanical engineering, economics, and human curiosity. And while the overwhelming majority of 1987 cents remain worth exactly 1 cent, the existence of even one remarkable specimen valued at $5 million inspires collectors to examine their coins more closely, to study details, to learn about die varieties and planchet compositions, and to appreciate the intricate process behind the creation of everyday currency. And ultimately, the legend of the 1987 1-cent coin valued at $5 million stands as a testament to the enduring excitement of numismatics, proving that within the smallest denomination can reside the grandest story, and that sometimes the most extraordinary treasures are hiding in plain sight waiting for a keen eye and a passion for discovery to reveal their true worth.